everyone, Gretchen here, Pawsom Fun and Frugal. So you know you're at least a part-time nomad when your home base, the water goes out. You know exactly what to do. So I brought in my water jug. So this water kind of went bad. And I knew that because when I had some out of it, it gave me a stomach ache. So that told me the water went bad. And I took it out of the van because I changed my whole water system. So watch that video on my van life makeover. Part 1, now part 2 is out. So stay tuned for that. But this, I just glad I didn't throw out the water. I was going to water plants with it. But I have another use for it. I'm in my bathroom and my park, I live in a mobile home park. It's out of water. The park owner has been working on it pretty much most of the day. And, well, until I have some water, I have a backup plan. So this can be used for only hand washing and other cleaning, not for drinking. I have a water filtration system in the kitchen. That's for drinking. So I'm good. And I don't need to cook because I already pre-made a bunch of stuff for sandwiches and have that ready to go for tonight. So because we're having an unusually hot, we're having a heat wave in the middle of the end of September. Anyway, so this is what I'm doing. I resurrected my old spout that goes on here and probably need to charge it, I'm not sure. Well, if I can get the twisty tie off. Went the wrong way. Oh, there's the charger. I probably need an extension to that. So this can go in here. That's the camera. So I'm going to put this down in here. And now I have a bathroom sink. Let's see if it's charged. We'll see. It works. So you can see I have running water in the bathroom. I can wash my hands. Splashes a little bit, but that's okay. It works. So, save the bag. So that is what you do if you have a home base and your water's not working. You use your van life water jug and spout. And this is my water filtration thing that I have for drinking water. So I'm set. I have the bathroom and I have water I can drink. And I have more water. I keep extra water under my cabinet in case things like this ever happen. It's already been pulled from this water filter. So I have filtered water, backup. I have cold water, several jugs in my refrigerator. I have the water jug for the bathroom to wash my hands and stuff. So yeah. And if I really want to, I could move that over here to the kitchen and wash my dishes like I would do in the minivan or in van life. So, yay! So it is now 7:35 at night. I watched the park owner struggle with whatever's going on with our water or plumbing or whatever it is. Water is still shut off. I also saw him getting the, maybe I should stand this way so you can see me better. So I also watched him get a neighbor, and still nothing's fixed. I don't understand why he doesn't just call a real plumbing service to come out and fix the problem. But this is what my park owner does. He tries to do it all himself to save the money. So he appears to have left. I watched him drive out, and it doesn't seem that there's anything happening down at the area where the problem is. We will see if he returns or if he leaves us without water all night. For how long? I don't know. He lives in Santa Clara. So if he left, we're not getting this fixed till tomorrow. So I hope at this point if he knows we're going to be out of water for a period of time, he puts together some notices to let us know how long that's going to be. I will keep you posted. Okay. As soon as I made that last clip, here is the water that appears to be kind of turned back on, but that's all the water pressure we're getting. I'm not exactly sure what that means. I have the faucets on. It's all the way. There's my kitchen. That's the water pressure now.
Wednesday or Thursday.
It is.
Based on my conversation today with the nurse I'm here, so.
Been about half an hour since my last input. The water is off again. Back to no water. It's a little after 8 p.m. and no water. Good morning. It is now Tuesday, October 1st, and 7:30 in the morning. We still have no water in the park. If you've been watching, we had a water shut off. At first I thought it was plumbing. Well, it's the same. They shut the water off either way. At least it wasn't a gross, like, plumbing toilet problem. Got a message from my manager this morning. Well, apparently he sent it yesterday, but I'm not a huge Facebook. I'm not on there all the time, so I don't see it, right? And he's never messaged me like that before. So I got a message at 6:50 p.m. last night. That's the time he sent the message, saying that the water's been shut off. Kind of knew that already. And that it wouldn't be back on until this afternoon at the earliest, because the park owner needs to get the part and wasn't able to get the part until today. What I don't understand is why he didn't call an emergency plumber who has parts like that all the time. He was here from about 3 p.m. yesterday and left at 7:30 p.m. and didn't return. So anyway, we've had plumbing and water and electrical issues in this park since I've lived here in 2012. I moved here in 2012, and this park has had infrastructure problems ever since. And our electrical, because it's all outdated, he lets all these new units come in, and the utilities don't have the ability to keep up with the big giant mobile home, modular homes that he puts in here. I'll keep you updated. Oh, but I wanted to show you something. This is how and to cross over into van life again, this is how I am staying home. I noticed last night that a lot of people left. Like, houses were dark. They had family to go stay with. They had probably the money to get a hotel or something. I don't have either one. I have 2 dogs, and the only 2 family members I have in town, I can't take my dogs to their house. And I don't have money for a hotel. But fortunately, I'm resourceful, and I know how to survive without running water or even electricity, at least for a few days, if not a few months. And I'll show you how I'm doing that right now. Okay, so I am making my coffee by being very precise about how much water I use, because I'm using my filtered water and I don't want to use too much. So I've already put 1 cup in there to start the brewing. I'm not sure if I can put the coffee press in there. I wonder if I could. It is hard plastic. I'll have to research that for next time. But here I go. I can't hold the phone and put the water in at the same time. So I am microwaving the precise amount of water to put in the coffee press, and that will brew that coffee, and that way I don't waste any water. I have this here because yesterday it's almost like they started to someone tried to turn it on or something, because it started trickling out, and so I was saving whatever did come out of the faucet, which then I put back into my water tank that's in the bathroom. So that's what I'm doing. Sorry about my messy stuff here. I have to take out my green waste, and unfortunately I can't wash my dishes, so what I've been doing is keeping them, kind of spraying them with cleaner, gets rid of the odor and keeps them soaked up, and that way when the water does come back on, the food's not all stuck on everything. Unfortunately, I had just made homemade milk, so I had to spray the inside of that with the cleaner. And I have a spray bottle for, if I need to rinse something off specifically, but water. I have a water bottle to do any rinsing of anything if I need to. And you might be asking why I don't put an exact amount of water in there and heat it up that way. That's because we're also in a heat wave. Yeah. Anyway, the reason I'm not using this is to not heat up the house because it's already getting warm. So I'm trying to keep the house cool. So it's easier to use the microwave rather than waiting for that to heat up. Okay, so it is now Tuesday evening. The water came back on at 4:30 p.m. My valve was shut off. I'm not sure why that was, but I was able to get my neighbor to kindly come over and turn it back on for me because my back is just not going to let me do that today. Couldn't bend down to do it, and that valve is really tight. So yeah, so I'm grateful for my neighbor and that my water is back on. I wanted to give you an update on what is now going to be my permanent backup solution to the water problem I had in my park. So if you recall, I had this bottle in the bathroom in the previous clips, and now this is in the kitchen. And I've changed this out because you'll see in my van life video series at one point, I think it's towards the end of the video, I used the USB spout. I put it in the van. Found a creative way to make sort of a sink system in my minivan. So I got this out, and I couldn't find the hose to it, the hoses to it, so I made one. And this, so if I have another water outage, which now I realize I should have been prepared for that anyway, because like I said in the earlier, it's not like it doesn't happen more often than it should. So all I need to do is turn this, and then this bottle will become my kitchen faucet if my water goes out again. So I'm just going to leave this here because I have chronic pain and I can't be lifting heavy things. Rather than putting this away and having to then get it out, I'm just going to leave it there. It creates a little more clutter. I don't have much space in my little tiny kitchen in my tiny home, but for me this is going to be better because if and when the water gets shut off again, I will immediately have a backup solution. I won't have to worry about it. I can just say, oh, okay, time to use the bottle. So I'm going to turn it like this. That keeps that hose out of the way when I'm not using it. And it's just going to live right there. And what I did for the bathroom is, and I didn't film it, I should have. So I made this table out of this little rack, like dollar store rack. And this is something that came out of one of my cardboard cabinet systems. I was going to throw it away, and I'm glad I didn't. It made a good shelf. So this I can slide over here so that the spigot is right over the bathroom sink, and that allows me to have water in the bathroom in the event of another water shut off. So this way I have this all set up and ready, and I won't have to get that out if I have another water problem. So I am set for a water shut off next time without having to worry about it. And that's what I took from my van life resources and moved it into here. So if you watch any of my van life videos, you'll see that I changed my whole water system in the van. So these are what I used to have in the van. And I kept them handy with water. As soon as the water got turned back on, I filled these up as much as I could. So now, if there's a water shut off, I'll be better prepared for a water shut off. So that is, so that's the end of this video on how I dealt with having a water shut off.